You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's talk about somebody I suspect about to get a lot more coverage on this channel. I did a video just yesterday morning about Lamar Jackson. It looks like the fracture is officially happening. Now, the Ravens, I hate to break it to you, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, as they say. But here we are, right here, talking about this. And here's the thing about beat writers. Beat writers see a lot of shit being around teams. But a lot of times, the stuff don't emerge. Why? Because they don't want to lose access to being around these teams. It's the same business as these people shilling for all these awful like Marvel movies and Star Wars properties and everything because they don't want to lose access to Disney, right? Disney gets pissed off and Disney quits inviting them to premiere parties and getting their little gifts in the mail, all this stuff. So they'll be like, oh yeah, the Marvels is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And, you know, it wasn't worth wiping your ass with, right? Ironheart, boy, that was some doo-doo paper if there ever was one, right? Well, we got all kinds of Lamar Jackson action. And the curtain's being peeled back. We talked about yesterday. We covered it as he was trying to get a new contract. People were speculating, was he missing games? Was he actually hurt? Was he trying to just protect himself because he didn't have a new contract despite the playoffs? And we know he's been banged up. He's out right now. Looks like Snoop Huntley's going to play. And now this is coming out. I would love to know because, of course, John Harbaugh is trying to be like, nothing to see here. Please move along. Well, somebody in that organization gave all this up. Let's just be real. Somebody did. They're setting the stage for a good old-fashioned ugly divorce. We already got two teams emerged as potential favorites to get Lamar. Baltimore Sun columnist Mike Preston painted a less than rosy picture of the star QB and his effect on the scuffling team on Tuesday. Quote, the breakdown of an NFL player's body is natural, but Jackson could help himself. He doesn't need to be up late at night playing video games or falling asleep in team meetings. You're a franchise quarterback falling asleep in team meetings. You got a video game addiction like Kyler Murray? By the way, the Cardinals have given up on Kyler Murray. We've watched that. It's happened. Jacoby Brissett is starting. Preston wrote, quote, he needs to train more around the castle instead of only attending mandatory minicamps where he disappears after day one. A major problem, a lot of it on the Ravens, is that there are team rules and then there are rules for Jackson. That ain't going to work. That's why Baltimore practices in the heat of the afternoon instead of in the morning. What? There isn't much room for criticism. So he doesn't like to get up and practice in the mornings? There ain't a chance in hell I'm arranging my training camp practices around you, dude. I mean, there's already speculation. People are saying that maybe they ought to draft a quarterback in the first round if they can get one. Well, once the Ravens became critical of Jackson, he becomes more withdrawn, Preston wrote. It's a shame because Jackson isn't a mean-spirited person, just an overgrown kid in an adult's body. It's gotten so bad with the two-time MVP that Coach John Harbaugh is nearing the end of his rope, who suggested exploring the trade market for their star. Quote, it's clear that John Harbaugh has become tired of Jackson. Even though he builds him up after every game, wrote the columnist, he has to, or Jackson will go into self-exile. I would get this guy off this team so fast his head would spin. Jackson was named Pro Bowl alternate this week despite a rough season. His 192.6 passing yards is 26th in the NFL. His 28.3 rushing yards, lowest in 8 seasons. Not to mention, we've looked at this over and over again. His completion percentage, it's dog shit. He's down in the 50s for a ton of games this year. Well, when Lamar Jackson has the ball in his hand, he's electric. And so I know it's been really difficult for him. Offensive coordinator Todd Monken, we'll get to him later today. It's been difficult trying to get himself back and not feeling like he's playing at a level he's capable of playing at. But I'm pleased with how he's gone about it and gone about his business. Well, okay. Now you got Harbaugh trying to deny a rift. Quote, so I don't know where that's coming from. Sure you don't. Harbaugh said after Wednesday practice, I've never seen that ever. That's not something I've ever witnessed, and I'm in every meeting. Our relationship is A+, so I love him. Always have, always will. I know he's fighting like crazy to get back. He said they had a great conversation on Friday morning. I don't need anybody speaking for me. Just ask me, and I'll tell you what I think. Everything's great with Jackson. Look how much we love him. Please call us. Please offer us something. Please trade for him so I can get another quarterback from somewhere. Lamar Jackson trade rumors. Wow. He suggested the two Ravens team should look at potential trading star quarterback and name 2 landing spots, the Miami Dolphins and the Raiders. The column said Jackson would love to play in Miami, while Tom Brady has shown a fondness of the player in the past, which would make Las Vegas a good destination. Except, here is the problem. By the way, he's owed $51.25 million in 2026-2027. Has a full no trade clause. Good God, they're trapped. Here's the problem with the Raiders. Tom Brady, and here's the problem for every franchise quarterback. We now know what it takes to be a franchise quarterback in the National Football League, and we know what the examples look like and how you must conduct yourself if you want to be taken seriously and among the best of the best. The 2 examples have been out there. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. These are the 2 men that every quarterback will forever be linked to. You better work your ass off. It's one reason I'm so high on Jalen Hurts. I understand he's had sort of a rough year. But guy's the first guy in the building, brings an old school briefcase with him. Son of a coach. He sits in there and grinds, and he's gotten better as a passer. Yeah. Is he still great? No. But out of all these running quarterbacks, Jalen's the only one that's won a Super Bowl and been to 2. Something this guy hasn't done. There's not a chance if he is allowing literal training camps to be moved around based on the fact that he wants to sleep in, you got a fractured, broken, ugly situation. And you're not never telling me how to run my practices or anything of the like. One guy is affecting the whole team. They're having to practice in the afternoon in August instead of getting out there at 8 a.m. before it gets hotter than F. Just because you want to sleep in? Not, dog. Go to bed at 7 p.m. I don't care. You're a grown-ass man. Guys, I love playing video games. I do. I love it. Halo, shit, that's my jam. Star Wars Battlefront, that's my jam. There is a brand new Terminator game called No Fate. That shit looks awesome. Old school. I literally was like, I may just order a PS5 just for that game. And then I said, the record stopped, and I said, I can't do that. I got to work. I don't need that getting in the way of my daily production. And I'm no NFL quarterback, but I'm not dumb. I know how I am with video games. I'll just play an hour here and an hour there, and I look up and I played 7 hours in a day. This is not going well. And here's my thing. You're going to get rid of John Harbaugh? Because he, much like Mike Tomlin, which, by the way, I doubt Mike Tomlin's going anywhere now. But just like Mike Tomlin, I mean, a lot of fans would like to see John Harbaugh go. He will get another job at record speed. I mean, I've got a Michigan video coming later talking about Ravens and connections to Michigan. John Harbaugh's the guy I wish they'd be connected with. Let me just point something out. Let me keep it real. If the Ravens never move off of Joe Flacco and they just continue to build around him and add weapons and wide receivers, blah, 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 and he just stays there, do the Ravens have another Super Bowl ring already? Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.